Good morning, you must be Stephen Fortune.
Yes, good morning. Yes, I am. And you, Mike Willis, right?
That is correct. I'm going to be interviewed today. How are you doing?
I'm well, thanks. I'm ready.
All right, before we start, didn't you get anything at the entrance, like coffee or water?
I had some coffee. It was great, thanks.
All right, you're welcome. Well, Stephen, why would you like to work for us?
Well, I reviewed a couple of other job openings, and I can say that this one is the most beneficial for me, especially for traffic. I live about 20 minutes away.
All right, and how did you hear about us?
I was on Facebook and the ad showed up and I clicked on it. I also looked at the comments about the company and I'm sorry to say, people are not saying positive things about the company.
Really? And why are you still interested after reading the negative comments?
I've been in the call center industry for more than 10 years, and those comments were about the work pressure. I've never worked in a call center with no pressure before, so that was not enough to stop me from applying. I guess those people had other expectations, and for most of them, it was their first time. They also mentioned that your payment is not bad at all.
Yeah, thanks. And are you saying that you can work under pressure?
Not exactly. What I always say to myself when getting a call center job is the following: I know what I'm getting myself into, and I'm getting paid for it. I need to keep my calm and concentration. I mainly focus on solving the customer's problem. The pressure will always be there, and I choose not to focus on it. And it has always worked for me.
All right, and I see that you have a lot of experience. That's great.
Thanks.
And talking about customers' problem, how well do you handle customers being aggressive, yelling at you, or even cursing?
Those types of customers most of the time want to intimidate you to get what they want at the end. First thing I do is to show them that I am the one in control of the call, not them. And
All
guess
right.
what? They always comply because they feel more secure and believe that they are going somewhere with me. And at the end, after resolving their issue, they apologize for the way they talked to me at the beginning, and my customer satisfaction skyrocket.
Good to know. Would you feel bad for a customer crying over the phone because he or she cannot pay the bill?
Working in a call center is all about acting. A great actor is great in almost any role. I would pretend that I share the pain, even if in reality, I don't care. I've heard it all over the phone, from my husband is in jail, my grandmother passed, a car hit my dog, etc. The customer may be right, but the company needs the customer's payment to stay in business.
All right.
Yeah.
So would you give a credit if a customer requested?
Uh, the account history will always tell me what to do, and that's why documenting the account is super important. I would definitely look at the customer's payment history. If it appears to be a habit, this customer will not get a dime and needs to pay.
What? But what about if the customer wants to cancel?
That's how they get an experienced agent do what they want. Customers are not stupid, excuse my language. They know that they don't want to cancel. They care about their history and their credit. So they know that canceling the service is not the best option. I don't know if you've been on the phone before, but 5 out of 10 customers hang up when you say, okay, let me cancel the service for you. 3 or 4 ask for a manager, and only 1 or 2 out of 10 cancel and may call back to reactivate if your service is great.
Well, I've never heard that from an applicant. Do you even care if I give you the job or not?
That's a great question. I guess you expected me to lie as most applicants. Let me respectfully ask you, do you prefer applicants that lie to your face and do the opposite when they get on the phone? Or an experienced one that knows how to do his job and telling you the truth in an interview?
Well, we definitely need experts here, and you sound like one, and I was already impressed with your resume.
Thanks.
And have you ever been rude to a customer?
I am human, but it only happened, I would say, about 4 to 5 times in my 10-year experience. Those were customers that called and wanted to own the call, like I previously said. I control my call, not the customer. I am a trained professional helping you and solving your problem. You don't call to tell me how to do my job.
Well, I can't believe you spent all this time in call centers, man.
Well, what I can tell you is that my attitude and expertise in handling customers made companies thousands of customers. So if you're worried about a few customers I let go and can't see the thousands I keep for you, we can end this interview right now. You will never be able to keep or save everyone.
Hmm. All right, so tell me about your past experience. You sound like the guy companies have a hard time dealing with.
I've worked for I've worked for many companies in customer service, technical support, billing, collection, retention, etc. On retention, I learned that most customers don't like it when an agent is crying after them to stay with a company. What worked for me is that I show them that I don't care if they leave, but if they stay, here's what I can get them that no other companies will do. Customers want to leave when they think there's something better out there. If you can prove them the opposite, they're not going anywhere. And yes, companies may have a hard time dealing with people like me, but remember, call center is a number game and numbers don't lie. What I've seen all the time is nice employees getting fired because their numbers are not what the company want to see.
Oh my God, my boss should hear all of this, and I can't believe this energy. So, tell me about your strengths and weaknesses.
Starting with my weaknesses, I don't work well with a team. I always have a hard time fitting in teams because of my way of doing. It's always different. But since my result always benefit the team, they never really bother me and let me do what I do best. Let me be who I really am. I also tend to be upset when the resources I need to work are not available to me when I need them. And for my strength, I focus well and pay attention to nothing but my job. In a busy day, I may not talk to anyone around me because of how much I focus to be able to do my job. That sometimes sends a bad signal to people who don't know me well.
Hmm, I see. And are you fully available?
As soon as you give me the contract to sign and shake my hand welcome, everything else is second place. My job comes first.
All right. Well, Stephen, you've answered all my questions. The recording will be sent to the recruiting department, and we'll be contacting you in 24 to 48 hours. On the final part of the recruitment, you'll be informed about all the benefits that the company offers,
Okay.
your starting pay rate and schedule, and anything you'd like to ask right now. Any questions?
Let me see. Okay. I read online that you've been in business for over a decade in the United States. But how long have you been in business in the Dominican Republic?
Oh, that's a good question. We've been here for about 3 years now, and we're already planning to open a new site soon.
Great.
All right. Anything else?
That's all for the moment. Thanks, Mike.
All right. Thank you, Stephen.